You join me here today at stage 4 of the Race Watopia series that's currently going on in the month of October. Huge field for this race. 192 riders headed out to the start pens. I checked Zwift Power prior to the race start, about 5 minutes out from the start, and we had a race ranking of 76. Now, for those who know race ranking, will tell you that is a really stacked field. For there to be a race ranking that low, this is a high quality group of riders. And again, like I say, it's a very large field with 192, and a really strong field really in store for us today. The course we're on is the Volcano CCW route. It's a race course I actually really quite like. It's a little bit technical in its nature, in the sense that we've got that short kicker that we just passed, we just came up, that goes kind of from around 800 to 600 meters from the finish. It goes up there, just that short, steep sort of kicker, and you're into this slightly rolling section then inside of the volcano, just before you get to the start-finish line. It's one of those courses that is sometimes difficult to judge. Do you go early on the hill? Do you try and sit in the group, waiting for to try and catch those riders who strike out early and run out of gas? Do you try and sit in the group and preserve your energy and then try and go for almost your normal sprint over the last couple of 100 meters, rather than kicking from that probably knock it on for a minute long effort going from the base of that climb? And that really is something that's down to you to decide what to do. If you're the type of rider that has a very high, more of a pure, true sprinter who has a very high peak power but can't sustain it over a long time, you may choose to sit in the group and then just kick over that last 200 or 300 meters and hope that nobody's gone long, and that the group is kind of together enough that you're still in touch and still got a chance of taking that victory there. Or, as I had decided to do today, I was planning on hitting out really hard from the bottom of that climb and just seeing if I can hold on. It can get quite tricky, this finish, to know what to do. Sometimes you'll see a rider go and you think, shall I follow them? Shall I hold off? And I just sort of decided, with this size of field, like it says 192 riders here, and the quality that's in it, I decided to actually try and kick out. My plan was to hit out early on that hill and just try my absolute best to hang on and hold on till the line. I thought that it might be a way that, just to kind of almost simplify the finish, I wanted to try and kind of take as many variables out of it as possible, and then kind of almost boiled down to, could I go hard enough? Could I hang on? Power-ups that we had in store for us here today. You can see I'm holding a feather. We had the option today, or the power-up rotation, I should say, of a feather, of a ghost, or of a breakaway burrito. Any of those would have helped me in my plan, to be honest, to go long. I just decided, I think I'm towards the heavier end of a rider. I mean, I'm sort of in the 80 kilo plus category. So I decided that I felt that holding a feather and using that just as I hit the base of the climb, just to kind of make my rider a little bit lighter for that initial surge up the climb, would probably be more beneficial for me here today. The race itself has been a fairly steady pace. It's been reasonably high. I think I averaged 317 watts, I believe it might have been, at the end of the race today. So sort of towards the higher end, but not a crazy, absolute all-out effort. And this race was almost kind of harking back to the old days, as they are now, of Zwift racing, with the previous pack dynamics, where the bunch really did stay together. What I've noticed since we've had Pack Dynamics 4.1 is that, you can see I thought it was all over there. I had a brief dropout where everyone disappeared off the screen, but thankfully it only lasted a couple of seconds and they were back. I was saying, I've noticed over the more recent times with the new Pack Dynamics 4.1 that a lot of riders are trying those breakaways because breakaways are succeeding. And it's kind of, I'm finding personally that the races they're either absolutely on or they're off. But this race today was very steady. There were no big surges. There were very few attempts at a breakaway, and it was almost in that nature of what we were used to prior to the new Pack Dynamics, of how the race actually panned out. Just as we came down that section there, I was trying my best to back off. I want my heart rate to kind of be down as low as possible. It's down in the 170s there, which is not threshold for me. I've got a very high heart rate. My sort of threshold zone doesn't kick in till I'm kind of in the 180s. Just trying to back off, do as little as I can, but I do want to be such a large pack of riders. I do want to be fairly close to the front, not on the front, because I want that slingshot effect of coming through the riders, but I don't want to be back in 60, 70 or 80th position. Okay, we swing a left, and we just hit the base of the climb, and I'm just holding on to see a few orange numbers there on the right, and I decide now is the time. Hit that featherweight power up. It's been really handy with the new Wahoo Kicker bike. You can just hit it from the hoods there on the power up button. Hit that, and then basically attack. It's not like a true sprint. You know, if I was sort of doing a shorter sprint, you might want to be looking to peak at 12 or 1300 watts. But that's going to be so short-lived. I was just trying to, I think I peaked just under 1,000, but just kind of try and hold that effort. But I'm really dying here. I am dying. I've gone clear, and one rider has just come up to my wheel, and I do manage to kick a little bit again and but I just cannot pass him. I cannot pass him. Holding on for second. As far as I'm concerned, that's a brilliant result here today. Huge stacked field of riders, held on for second, and my first race for my new Wahoo Le Col team. Quite pleased. I think I've managed to kind of do the jersey proud there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the road next time.